Two Papa is in the house.
PH,
Yeah,
what's
what's going
poppin'?
on?
I'm good, man.
Great to see you, man. It's been a while. It's been a minute.
Yeah, true, bro. True.
All right, first thing I have to ask you is why are you in town?
I just came to say hi to Port Harcourt people and, you know,
Really?
to dare them to mix, man.
Okay, you came to say hi and
Dare
do
to
something
mix.
as well. Okay,
Dare to mix.
tell us about
Campari
it.
in the building, man.
Okay, tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, I'm Dare to mix, you know. Campari is, you know, giving away stuff. Nice, goodies. You know, we're also here to say, man, everybody, you know, after your whole stress and everything, take some time out to relax and chill out.
Yeah.
And sip some Senator, sip some Campari. Feel irate, but drink responsibly at the same time.
But then in order for people to relax, someone must work. So for you, it's work.
You understand what I'm saying now?
But then it's work that you like to do. So, like a great man once said, find something you like to do and you never work for a day in your life.
Exactly.
All right. So, what's it going to be? Besides you, there's some other acts as well, right?
Yeah. It's just going to be fun. We're just going to have fun, you know. Party, get to meet my fans, interact, you know, sign one or two things, teach them how to mix Mr. Senator, and then, you know, enjoy good music and, you know, good atmosphere.
Okay, who else is going to be there?
Oh man, we're plenty small. I know Jimmy Jat is live in the building.
Yeah, Jimmy.
You know, and a couple of other guys.
Styley!
Yes, sir.
You're going to be doing that with him?
Yes, sir, definitely now.
Okay.
But we'll change it to this Port Harcourt where we did, so.
One thing a lot of people don't know about you, I was just joking with you about that, is that you make up a lot of your songs when you're just chilling, maybe in a vehicle or something. I've seen you do that before. Tell us a bit about that. How does that happen? What other places do you make up songs?
Man, everywhere, you know. The kitchen, the parlor, the other room,
the toilet.
Everywhere, you understand. Sometimes I'm telling the inspiration the day passing. You know. For me, once it comes, you know, I just try to, you know, just keep it flowing so that I don't forget. So anywhere it comes, I try to just build something.
Okay.
You know, then maybe later I go to the studio and you know, party it up. Yeah.
You still play basketball?
No,
I'm asking you this because how do you keep in shape? I remember telling someone that I went to school with you and they looked at me like, what are you talking about? You're an old man. How can you say you went to school with that dude? And I was like, okay, maybe it's because I look chubby. So everyone got chubby except you. How do you do that?
That is mother nature. I think it's in my...
So it's not because you work out?
Nah.
Oh, we used to play basketball quite a bit.
Yeah, but these days, man, basketball is not, you know, because I had this accident and my knee is messed up, so basketball is out of the program now, you know. But we still, you know, do one or two exercises once in a while.
Okay, now you're talking.
But on stage, most of the exercises take place.
That requires a certain degree of stamina, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
So if you're not fit, if you're not fit, obviously you won't be able to perform on stage.
Definitely.
All right. So you're here with your full band.
Live and direct.
So it's not going to be a DJ track 2 type thing.
We'll go play small. We'll do all of the above.
There's a DJ and a band.
We'll mix everything, you know. It's there to mix. We're going to mix
okay, so it's going to be like a cocktail of music.
Thank you very much.
As well as drinks.
Thank you very much.
And it's all happening tonight at the Port Harcourt Mall. People like to call that place Spa, but actually the name of the place is the Port Harcourt Mall. Yeah. And it's kicking off this evening. What time?
Yeah, I think 6. Thereabout.
From 6? You're the headliner, so what time are you likely to be on stage?
I go dead here.
You're going to be there throughout.
Once they just say, baba, half a shoe, I don't show.
All right, let's talk about your name change. What brought about that?
Growth.
You know. Well, people used to call you that ever since.
Yeah, that's the funny thing.
So it was a gradual process.
Yes. You know, so I didn't want to claim it until I turned 40 and I decided I've come of age, I be Baba, so I can go claim it.
So has it made?
So it's more of growth for me, and then I wanted to just come. I wanted my name to become more Nigerian. Yeah, so It's those, and then like you said, people have been calling me Tubaba for years.
Yeah.
So I just decided to just flow with it.
Okay. So
just for the heck of, just because I can.
Yeah. Sometimes you do stuff just because you can.
Yes.
Now, are any of your kids following in your footsteps?
I know those
are some pretty big shoes to follow. Those. So
some of them are exhibiting serious talent in music and acting and entertainment. Yeah. So I'm excited. I mean, I'm not going to choose. I mean, if I see talent in them, I'm going to encourage them. I'm going to become their original manager. You understand?
Yeah.
So, and they've started showing signs.
All right.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about your stage act. I've seen you move through different stages. I see you transcend from one point where, quite frankly, your stage act was a little bit complacency was beginning to set in. Do you remember that time after your first album?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you took your shirt off. And by taking your shirt off, I mean, you got ready for a fight and you just transformed and reinvented yourself and pressed the reset button. To people coming up behind you, I want you to tell them how important, because these days really a lot of people don't work on their stage act, which is something you obviously did. How important is it to work on yourself as a stage performer and not just record songs in the studio?
Yeah, because the stage is where the people actually get to connect with whatever music that you put out that they're enjoying. If you just come on stage and they're just enjoying just the song, they might as well have just stayed at home and play the CD or just watch the video. So the stage is where you really get to interpret the music.
Yeah.
So that when people leave there, they be like, they start listening to the music with a different ear, with a different perspective.
Yeah.
You understand? When stage is more like, that's where the video and the music comes together. Individually they are just, oh, that's a music video. Oh, that's the sound on radio. But on the stage, both of them they have to come together. And you just have to, at least, it's entertainment. So you have to entertain the people.
Yeah.
Don't make them feel like I just wasted my money.
Now, does your personality matter when it comes to that?
It actually does, because some people don't get to dance a lot, but they can still
command the crowd.
Yes.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? And some people have too much energy; they're all over the place.
Now, as a performer, what do you have to do to take yourself to that level? I'm asking you because I've seen you do it.
First of all, you have to enjoy the music. Because if you're on stage and it's like you're bored, it's definitely going to rub off on the audience as well. They're going to look at you and be like, what did this guy say? In the
or if you don't want to be there.
Yes, like you don't want to be there.
I've seen Bobby Brown flopped when he came to Port Harcourt a few years ago. Because obviously he wasn't really in a very good place. He wasn't very happy. And he just flopped. It was awful. Terrible. I mean, every little step. Couldn't even take one little step.
It's important to psych yourself up, and be in the spirit. Enjoy the music. How do they use that word? Enjoy the music. It's contagious. It's contagious. People watching you. The way you feel automatically transfers into them as well. So it's a good time to make a good first impression. You understand?
Okay. Now, what would you say is the single most important thing in your life right now?
Wow, family. Married now, have kids. So there's so many things that I used to take for granted. There's so many things that I used to just brush off, or but now I have some little human beings that
true
look up to me. Everything that I do, so I can't come and go and kill myself and leave them for who. You understand what I'm saying? So that is one of the most. That's the most important thing for me right now, is just to work and give my kids a good head start. You understand
Okay.
what I'm saying?
Now the business of music is a very cutthroat business. Many come, but only few survive. Now, what advice would you give to anyone? What would you say to someone that wants to start on that journey today? And what would you tell them to do?
Well, except you just want to, like some people just, people are making money from music. Well, let me try this thing.
Wrong idea.
You understand what I'm saying? So for me, I would just, the only thing I can advise is always be hungry. Just know that you haven't arrived.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? Just know that any level you reach, there's another level. So it's just like playing a video game. If you reach one level, you won't try pass that level, go to the next level.
True.
You won't pass that level, go to the next level. So, and I want them to understand that life is not a race; it's a journey. It's not like
Milestone.
it's not like
Anyway.
Yeah. So some people's speed might not necessarily be a speed.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So just take your time, do your thing, get it right, do stuff, just and keep improving yourself, keep upgrading yourself. Because the Ronaldos, they're bad, but they train harder these days to even get to the next level.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing with music. You just have to keep upgrading yourself.
In other words, when you get there, you have to put in work to stay there.
Yes, exactly.
And every once in a while, press the reset button.
Exactly. Because these young boys are not smiling.
Now you've been.
Guys are not smiling.
Really?
Guys and babes, they are not smiling.
Okay, now when you're on your own, like let's say you're in your car and you're playing music, what do you typically listen to?
Wow. I have a wide range of music that I listen to. I mean, Shadi Adu is forever on my playlist.
Mm-hmm.
Bob Marley is always on my playlist. But on the these days if I hear something nice, I just try to enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's not a full album, sometimes it's just a single song.
Mm-hmm.
But I have a whole lot of young guys that I listen to these days, and also older guys. So like I said, it's
A little
wide
bit
range
of this and that.
yes,
Like
yes,
a collage, a mixture of a lot
yes,
of
yes.
different
But for me,
things.
the music must connect. I must connect with the music on a spiritual level before I repeat. But if not, the rest is just feel good. Just feel good.
Now
So
you
that
have
people don't shout because they enjoy it.
you have quite a retentive memory. Should we try it out and see?
LD.
There you go. The mic's in front of you.
Yeah, I know. But you're trying to take me somewhere.
Now your suffering continues.
Now you're suffering. Okay. Now your suffering continues like the youth for. Youths get paid to tell lies, so what the hell to tell the truth for? LD, that's your.
Yeah, I know.
There's this fly track with Iraq. It's like Iraq, it goes booyah. Chopping MCs like suya.
You know, I actually forgot that stuff myself. Seriously.
Oh,
Apart from the first part, I actually forgot the rest.
Now your suffering continues like the youth for. Youths get paid to tell lies, so what the hell to tell the truth for? I remember you took me off guard, so some of the lyrics are
Maybe you can
small
call
time I
Black,
can
maybe he
remember.
remembers.
Man.
Okay, now,
beautiful flows, man. Beautiful lyrics.
yeah.
LD, you are too much now.
You want to kick something else?
Oh man, my brain on the locks was ready.
All right. Now, you've been to many places to perform and so on and so on. Which place would you say struck you the most and why?
Wow.
Tough question. I have
Yeah,
to think about
because,
that.
I've been to many interesting stages,
Mhm.
and places. So I'm trying to figure out which one. I think Barbados.
Yeah, the Caribbean.
Yeah, Barbados was mad because it was like the whole audience. I don't know if I don't know if they understood the music, or they just generally love music, or because everybody was fired up, every single person. So and I'd never seen that before, like, you know, prior to going to Barbados. I had never seen that. I mean, you would still see one or two people like standing and those kind of people that they are enjoying what they see, but they have this type of
they're just calm.
They have this calm spirit about them. So if you don't understand, you think that they're not feeling the vibe, you know. And you see people like that at least. But that time in Barbados, it was everybody.
The whole crowd,
even the security
people,
security people that was supposed, they were still bobbing their heads, but they were still doing their jobs, and that was amazing for me. It was like, wow, this is a good crowd. These people are wonderful.
I've heard that they really like you in the Caribbean.
You know,
now,
it was crazy,
have you ever been to a place and you were surprised that people knew about you over there?
Yeah. I mean, like I just mentioned, Barbados now, Russia.
Really?
Yeah, Russia I was like, okay, it's just going to be the Africans.
You mean you had people singing your song in Russia?
I like, it's just going to be the Africans. But, you know, lo and behold.
Wow.
But I guess, you know, they are the ones that, you know, hang with plenty Africans, because I don't have my music out there. You understand what I'm saying? Except on the internet.
Yeah.
And the way it is these days, it's, you know, when Africans are somewhere, they loud the music, and then they involve the people. So I guess it's through that they started, you know.
And I think,
but it was still amazing to see that, you know, it wasn't just Africans that were vibing to my sound.
I think a lot of the Caucasian women that I've seen here that are married to Nigerians are more Russians than any other country.
Yeah.
It's been that way from way back.
Yeah. Those guys are free.
How would you say Nigerian music is doing right now?
Right now, it's the next. It's a big thing. It's not the next big thing. It used to be the next big thing when we started.
Okay. How are we doing as far as let's break it down into categories? How are we doing as far as the music, the creativity, the content?
Okay. We have creativity. There's no doubt about that. We have so many brilliant songwriters and performers and name it. You know, in terms of the quality of what's out there internationally, right now, I'm going to put it on the 50% level. You know, because it's pop music that is out there, pop music.
Yeah.
You know, and then, you know, Drake is from Canada, but you don't hear Drake from Canada.
Yeah, that's true.
Rihanna is from Barbados, but you don't hear it.
Not
it's
at
just
all.
Rihanna.
Yeah.
So we need that to start happening. You understand what I'm saying? We need them to call an artist and just the name.
So far, we're still
so you
in
don't
the
have
box.
to attach Afrobeat artists. You don't have to attach any.
Yeah, what's with
Africa
that
to
Afrobeat thing? Because in Nigeria we don't really call it that.
Yeah.
You know, when that name came up, I got a call from someone in London who was actually there, and he said it was a Kenyan DJ who was considered an authority. He was considered an authority in African music, even though, quite frankly, he knew very little of Nigerian music. But because I was the only person they had, our music didn't really have the moniker. Didn't have a name.
Yeah.
So he just branded it Afrobeats, and that's where it took off from. And to us Nigerians, Afrobeat is like Fela and Femi Kuti, and, you know, that type of thing. And I think it's hard to actually wipe that out of our minds.
I understand, but
you know what I mean?
Before the London DJ started calling our sound Afrobeats, everybody was coming up with different things
things. None of them really stuck.
This, that. So for me, I don't even have a problem with the Afrobeats, because I think instead of trying to look for a fresh name or trying to, it's just like hip hop.
Yeah.
Or R&B or, you know, country music.
I think we that name hip hop, we throw it around a bit too much.
You understand what I'm saying?
There's no need to. I think it's a disservice to our music to call it hip hop.
You understand? So.
And you know I like hip hop, so I wouldn't have a problem. But I think it erodes some of the hard work we've done when we call our music hip hop. It's like you build something and then you take it and you hand it over to someone else.
Exactly. So
apart from the fact that I'm a hip hop head, so I don't like to hear that.
Me, I don't really have a problem with calling our sound Afrobeat.
Yeah, but don't call it hip hop, please.
Definitely, no.
Please, it's not
Or
hip
some
hop.
people call it Afro hip hop. Or
What is
Afro this. It's just that Afro attached to it is just, you know. But, you know, definitely if you hear a sound from Nigeria, you will definitely know that this sound is from Nigeria.
Yeah.
Even though we have elements of almost every type of sound in the world.
Yeah, we tend to switch lanes a lot.
You understand? We have elements
Kind of like our
so
football.
many sounds.
There's no specific pattern.
You know, so depending on which one, but at the end of the day, no matter the elements of the sound that we have, you will always still recognize that this sound is from this part of the world. So I think automatically Afrobeat is cool to call our sound.
All right, so for anyone who's just listening in, I'm talking to Baba, and he is here for the Campari
Dare
to Mix show, which is happening at the Port Harcourt Mall this evening. Is there going to be a meet and greet?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be like an intimate kind of
So
setup.
you're just going to be at the
It's
venue
not
and you're going to mix
something
with
like
everyone?
one heavy. It's going to be a very relaxed environment.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
We actually have tickets we're going to be giving away. So anyone who's listening who would like to win a free ticket, this is the place to be. Just keep it
Hey,
here.
man, I miss you, man. No homo, as they say.
Yeah.
You know, and then to my Port Harcourt people, I just want them to keep their heads straight and let us know that, you know, the only religion that we should be following now is this religion of one love.
I feel you.
Understand what I'm saying? Because, you know, because our political elites, man, they always like to cause this divide among the people. And they only do that for hidden agendas. But when it comes to corruption, which is a common language,
Yeah,
it is a common religion for all of them.
I feel you.
You understand what I'm saying? So let our own religion be one love. Let us just try to support whoever is doing. I mean, I'm deviating a little bit now.
Yeah.
There are many good men and women
Yeah.
in government, no doubt, in politics, you know. But these days, what happens is there are many criminals, and
True.
somehow it's like the criminals outnumber the good
Just
people.
like there's
So
criminals in
they
music
always
too.
try to sabotage anybody that has come to do good. They try to sabotage that person's effort.
Yeah.
You know, so it's a constant battle. That's why you see in the radio, in the TV, in the newspapers, you hear this narrative from this angle, you hear this story, you hear that one, they will cause this person, they will say, no, this one a thief, they will say, no, this one not be thief. So you hear different angles, different versions of different stories. Let us be wise, let us read between the lines, let us understand that they're just trying to divide us and, you know, and make us, once they divide us, they have collected our power.
I feel
So
you.
we have to just be one. One
Absolutely.
voice, one people.
That's what you were saying in that song
Yeah.
that we played
And
at the
let's
beginning.
support good people all the time, man. And
Now-
let good men come out. Let good men be brave to speak and come out and stand in the face of evil with them.
Okay.
So one love.
Which takes me to another thing. Two things before we go. You were in the Northeast some time ago.
Yeah.
Could you tell us
yeah.
about that? And then
Man.
also tell us about what you saw when you visited the flooded areas in Makurdi.
Yeah, the Northeast, the Yuguri, Borno, man, it was a soul touching experience for me because, you know, when you go somewhere and you see thousands and thousands of people, majority of them children, and old men and women, you begin to wonder where are the young men, able-bodied, you know, and it hits you. They've been killed.
Wow.
They've been recruited. They've been kidnapped. They've been held somewhere. Some of these kids saw their parents being slaughtered right in front of them. The trauma is mad. You can see it in their eyes. You can see the sorrow. You can see the despair in their eyes. You know, and the stigma has made them so scared. Like, if you just jump from the car, you will see in their faces, they will just cringe because they have been deeply traumatized.
The same way,
and,
it's
you know,
kind of similar to maybe like a dog that's always mistreated.
you understand?
It just cowers every time it sees someone.
Yes, exactly.
People should not act like that.
You know, so the rehabilitation of the people is of utmost importance, and especially they have to reorientate. They have to have massive reorientation, because the trauma, the level, if they are abandoned, they will be more hurt,
and they'll grow up to be animals.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they have to really watch out and look out for them.
All right, now,
mad, you know.
now tell us about the flooded areas that you visited.
Yeah, I mean, that one was just natural disaster. Just sleeping in your house, the next thing, your bed is floating. It's crazy. You know, and this place has never been flooded before. So imagine thousands of people as well, you know. You know, and that one is, they didn't, I mean, it wasn't, it was nobody's fault.
Yeah.
It was just nature.
So those places had never been flooded before?
Nah, this particular areas that, you know, this areas that was affected this time around, they were not the places that people were usually scared of. Like, rain, they come, this place will flood. Nah, it was just another place.
Wow.
You know, so that's why it was really terrible. You know, it was terrible, and the people are there. They are just trying to get their lives back together. Some of them, you know, they have to like rebuild the whole house. They have to like buy fresh furniture, fresh electronics.
Start all
Some
over
of them,
again.
their cars are messed up. Some of them that were, you know, living farmers, their farms destroyed, their livelihood gone.
Yeah.
You know, so it was just a collection of people, and these people were not, they're not originally beggars. They're not originally destitute people. They were people living their normal lives. You know, but all of a sudden they were rendered, you know, homeless. Some of them have started returning home, but many are still, you know,
they have to pick up the pieces when they get there.
Gradually.
Wow.
You know, so
well, it's a good thing that a person like you actually went there, went out of his way to help. We need more people like that. Thank you so much for coming.
One love, LD.
It's been a pleasure seeing you once again after. Yeah, it's been a minute. And how many people know that name? Tu Baba, performing tonight at the Campari Dare to Mix Festival. It's a cocktail of music, a cocktail of cocktails, and it's going to be fun.